Outside, and sometimes inside the walls, attack on Titan. You are born inside the walls, and that is the entire shape of your world. 3 concentric rings of stone, each 50 meters tall. Nobody has seen what's outside them for over 100 years, and the ones who try don't come back. What you don't know is that the king who built the walls erased the memory from every person inside them before you were born, and the walls are not stone. They are titans. Tens of millions of colossal titans packed shoulder to shoulder, dormant, sealed in hardened skin for a century. Outside, titans walk, 3 meters to 60 meters tall. They eat humans not because they need to, they have no complete digestive system, but because something biological compels them to. The abnormal ones sprint and change direction without warning. They don't sleep. They don't stop. When the wall titans finally move, they walk shoulder to shoulder across the entire surface of the earth. Every living thing outside Paradis Island dies. No army stops them. No weapon touches them. Deadman Wonderland Prison. You are 14. A man in red armor floats through your classroom window and kills every one of your classmates in under a minute. Within days, you are convicted of the massacre on fabricated evidence and sentenced to death. A collar goes around your neck. The collar pumps lethal poison into your jugular continuously. The antidote costs 100,000 CAS points, the prison's internal currency, earned by competing in public attractions that tourists watch on weekends with their families. If you don't earn enough before the timer runs out, the collar does what it's built to do. Beneath the public wards is G Ward. Prisoners there can weaponize their own blood. The warden runs private death matches between them. Lose, and a spinning wheel decides which body part gets surgically removed while you are still conscious. A finger, an eye, a tongue. The tourists upstairs never know G-Ward exists. The Abyss, Maiden Abyss. The Abyss is a massive pit lined with ancient ruins and relics that don't exist anywhere else in the world. The deeper you go, the more valuable what you find. You climb down willingly. Going down is fine. Coming back up is what kills you. The Abyss generates a force field through every layer, and when you ascend, that energy redirects into your body. First layer, vomiting, headache. Third layer, hallucinations. Fourth layer, every orifice bleeds simultaneously. Fifth layer, total sensory deprivation, blind, deaf, numb. No way to know which direction is up. The sixth layer doesn't kill you, it removes your humanity. Your body and mind deform into something called a narihate, no longer recognizable as human. Some of them can still speak. Some remember what they used to be. Nobody has documented the seventh layer because nobody who reached it came back up. Tokyo 3, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Tokyo 3 was built specifically because the government knew enormous extraterrestrial beings called angels would come to destroy it. The buildings retract underground when the alarms go off. They still get destroyed regularly anyway. Each angel is biologically unlike the last. One drills through the city's entire armor plating with a single beam. One makes every counterattack miss. One turns the city's own defense grid against the population. If any angel reaches the geofront beneath the city, it triggers third impact, not the end of civilization, the end of humanity as a biological category. The pilots fighting them are 14 years old, selected because a specific psychological profile makes them compatible with the EVA units. That profile lines up almost perfectly with severe childhood trauma. There is no backup plan. There are only the children, Heavenly Host Elementary School, Corpse Party. You perform a paper charm with your friends after school. You tear the paper. The floor splits open. When you land, you are in Heavenly Host Elementary, which has been demolished for years. You are immediately separated from everyone. Each person is placed in a different version of the same building. You cannot find each other. You cannot leave. The hallways are longer than they should be. The tap water in some rooms is acid, in others poison. Near the entrance are notebooks recording every student who entered before you, names, ages, cause of death, neck snapped on stairs. Eviscerated, cause undetermined. That last one appears more than once. Sachiko is the smallest spirit. She appears in a red dress and removes tongues, eyes, and fingers with the patience of someone who has done it many times and is not in any hurry. Grace Fieldhouse, the promised Neverland. The orphanage is clean and well funded. You are fed well, educated daily, tested every morning. You score high. You think this means something good. Grace Fieldhouse is a farm. It raises human children as livestock for the demon upper class. You are fed well because well nourished brains taste better. You are educated because cognitive complexity increases value. Your test scores determine your harvest date. The serial number on your neck is not an identification code, it is a product label. The gates keep you in, not danger out. The woman who reads to you at bedtime has been tracking your development since you arrived. She knows exactly when you will be ready. She has processed dozens of children before you. Kotaku Island, Hell's Paradise. The shogunate sends criminals here with one offer. Find the elixir of life, bring it back, and your death sentence is pardoned. Dozens of expeditions came before yours. The reports stopped after the first few. The island transforms living organisms into plant matter. The landscape you're walking through is partly the remains of the people who came before you. The outer forest is filled with creatures built from fused human and plant biology that move toward heat and movement. At the center, 7 immortal beings called the Ten Sin have ruled for over 1,000 years. Cut them apart and they reassemble. Poison them and they adapt. They're not hostile, they're curious, which means they treat every human who reaches them as a research subject. The island is easy to reach, nothing leaves it. Z City, One Punch Man. Z City is officially a ghost town. The Hero Association calculated that ordinary human life there was statistically unsurvivable, evacuated the population, and moved on. A government body classified an entire city as uninhabitable due to monsters and updated the paperwork. The threat scale runs wolf, tiger, demon, dragon, god. Z City has seen all 5. The ranking system only works when someone is alive to file the report, which is not always the case. One hero patrols Z City, Saitama, who lives there in a modest apartment and resolves dragon-level threats in one punch. When he's present, the city is safe. When he's out buying groceries, the monsters return, because the monsters always return. And the city goes back to being exactly what the Hero Association says it is. The demon-infested world at night, Demon Slayer. During daylight, it looks like Taisho-era Japan. At night, demons come out. Sunlight kills them on contact, so the entire threat of this world is compressed into the hours between dusk and dawn. Demons don't age, don't tire, and regenerate severed limbs in seconds. Normal weapons do nothing. Nichiren blades, forged from ore that absorbed sunlight over centuries, are the only things that wound them, and even then decapitation is the only guaranteed kill. The upper ranks, the 12 most powerful demons, can survive decapitation long enough to keep fighting. Each has a blood demon art developed over centuries. One freezes the air. One builds pocket dimensions you cannot escape. One controls the minds of everyone within a certain radius. Tokyo ghouls. Ghouls look exactly like humans. They hold jobs, ride the train, and have spent generations learning to go unnoticed. In a city the size of Tokyo, the probability you have had close contact with one without knowing it is statistically certain. Ghouls can only eat human flesh. The ones living inside human society hunt selectively and dispose of evidence with the precision of people who know exposure means death. An average ghoul is significantly stronger, faster, and more durable than a human. They generate a biological weapon called a kagune, blades, tentacles, shields, or projectiles depending on the individual. A high-rank ghoul requires a full team of elite government investigators with no guarantee of success.